Let's do the Houston Texans. Okay. Houston
Yep.
Texans had a massive comeback. They were down, 26-10, I think, at the start of the fourth quarter of that game. And
Yep.
then some classic Davis Mills magic, Albert, brought brought them right back into it. I mean, the Jaguars were winning the turnover battle. They were winning time possession. They had it all going for them. And they faltered in a big way. Houston came back. This is a win that could possibly turn your season around. Are you going to hold on to the Texans? Or are you ready to just kind of throw them away?
No, I mean, that defense is so good. You know what I mean? That defense is so capable of turning it up to a level that I mean, like when they're at their best, they might be the NFL's best defense. And they play in the AFC South, but that's got a different context now because of the way the Colts are playing.
Right.
So do you have a chance to catch the Colts? Probably not. Right. They're 4-5, and the Colts are 8-2. So we're talking about making up 3.5 games. That's a lot to ask. I just don't think this is their year. So, I think the future's still bright. You know, I'm going to probably say that a lot about the teams I'm throwing out. But it just feels like for so many different reasons, this hasn't been this year and this won't be their year. And, the offensive line issue has been a problem. The offensive line thing's been a problem. They've had receiver injuries. Now Nico Collins is back. I don't know. I would say they're probably not going to make it.
Nico Collins back in a big way. Davis Mills kind of, unlocking him a little bit.
Well, that's why you pay him $7 million, is that, your quarterback has a concussion, has to miss a game. And so can he get you through?
Right.
And I give him credit too. It did not look good in the first half.
No, but came back strong in this one. And so the AFC playoff picture, which is interesting, right? So you have, in my mind, 6 teams that are pretty close to being locked in. The Colts would have to absolutely fall apart. The Broncos would have to fall apart. The Patriots would have to fall apart. And then you have the winner of the AFC North in that 4 spot. I think it's probably going to be Baltimore at the end of the day. Pittsburgh is just running out of gas. Then you have the Chargers, who have 7 wins. You have Buffalo, who's probably going to be there. And then you would assume that 7th spot, eventually gets taken by the Chiefs.
Right.
I mean, I think that's probably the fairest assumption at this point.
The Chiefs lost in Buffalo. Otherwise, we were talking about them maybe not losing the rest of the year.
Right.
So I'm still not ruling out the Chiefs to win the AFC West. I think that's certainly possible. If I had to pick a team from the AFC to go to the Super Bowl right now, it might be the Chiefs. So yeah, I mean, I would be pretty floored if the Chiefs weren't in the playoffs.
All right. So in that sense, do you think that there's enough of you? So remember, you're this old person, Albert, in your house full of garbage, and you have to get things out. And someone hands you the Houston Texans, and you say, are they capable enough that you want to hold on to them with the knowledge that the space in your home can no longer contain all of your clutter? Or are you just like, I'm ready to let the Houston Texans go?
I'm ready to let the Houston Texans go. How about you?
All right. Boom. Okay.
How about you?
Texans are out. Yeah. I mean, I just, if you look at the playoff,
you're already there. You're just trying to get me there.
I was trying to get you there. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a fun thing for me to do. Moving on. Let's do, Albert. What do you think about the Dallas Cowboys?
They're another one where
stay in the state of Texas.
They're another one where I just don't feel like they have it this year. And I actually don't mind where they are going forward. They have 2 first-round picks in April. They've got some new defensive pieces. Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark and Osa Odighizuwa give them a real nucleus in the middle of their defensive front. When they get Overshawn back, I think that some people aren't paying attention to, but when they get Overshawn back, if he is close to what he's been before, that's a guy who, I think has all pro potential. And their young edge players, Donovan Ezeraku looks like he's going to be a real stud, but
yep.
So I actually like look at them going forward, and they become an intriguing team for 2026. Again, like I just like look at the ditch they've kind of dug for themselves. They're not catching the Eagles in the East. When you're sorting through who the wild card teams are going to be in the NFC, right? And we can do that at the same exercise. You imagine either Seattle or Rams will be one of the wild cards, right? You'd imagine that either the Packers or the Lions will be one of the wild cards. And then, well, who am I missing?
So here's what the NFC playoff picture looks like. Right now, Seahawks are.
I could just go on the internet and pull it up instead. I was trying to.
I got you. Seahawks comfortably the 1 seed. We have the Eagles as the 2. Seahawks right now are the effective leader. Although Seahawks and the Rams play each other this weekend. Effective leader of the NFC West. Eagles 2. The Packers 3 as the leader, and we're taping this before Monday Night Football, so a lot can change there. The Buccaneers obviously winning the AFC South. Then the Rams, your wild cards are the Rams, the Lions, and the Bears at this moment in time. Now, here's what's interesting about Dallas. Of all the teams that are vying for that last wild card spot, because Chicago, again, I mean,
it really is kind of like a "Do you believe in the Bears?" question. Then
it's a "Do you believe in the Bears?" question, and I do to some degree, but do you believe in it enough? And it's interesting. I mean, like analytics, the playoff probability thing. I'm sick of all this shit, if I'm being honest with you. But everyone says that the 49ers, the NFL analytics say the 49ers have the best shot at coming in and taking
soft, right?
Because their schedule's soft, right? But you have the 49ers, you have the Panthers, you have the Vikings, and the Cowboys are kind of that last team before it completely falls off a cliff, right? The Cardinals, the Falcons, the Commanders, the Saints, and the Giants. I mean, those teams have less than 8% or, whatever it was, less than 8%. Cowboys have a 4% playoff probability, but there's just something about that team, Albert, that I'm not quite ready to throw away. And I don't know about you, but I'm like,
they have Dak, they have Pickens, who's really been a nice ad for them, opposite Lamb. They've got a group they've got young players on both lines of scrimmage that you would think will get better over the course of the year, right? So should ascend into November and December. I mean, maybe I will hang on to them. Because now I'm looking at it and I'm like, if the Bears level off, you're only 2 games behind them in the loss column. But you do have a tie, which makes it wonky.
And think about this, okay? So the Bears remaining on their schedule. Woo! Look at this. They still got they got Detroit again, and let's be clear, they lost to the Lions by 31 points the last time that they played. Okay. Mm-hmm. And this was a Lions team that effectively wasn't running on all cylinders with their offensive coordinator, apparently.
Right.
So this is a team that put up 52 points with an offensive coordinator that they didn't deem optimal. Okay. And so they got the Lions on the schedule again. They got the 49ers at a time in San Francisco at a time where they should be healthier. They still have the Packers twice. Yep. Okay. They have the Eagles at Philly, and then they have Pittsburgh and they have Minnesota. Okay. And then Cleveland is sprinkled in there too. That's a really hard back end of the schedule. And I want to be fair because I'm going to give Dallas the benefit of the doubt here that I don't for Chicago. But you start next Monday night. So you have the long, Dallas has the long bye. Okay. So they get an extra day of rest. Monday Night Football in Vegas against the Raiders. They should win that game. Then you get the Eagles at home. And we have to remember that in week 1.
Oh, they have the weird Monday, Sunday, Thursday turn, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That the Jets got screwed on.
Yes.
Although this isn't as bad because it's not a cross-country trip.
Correct. But you remember week 1, the Eagles the Cowboys played the Eagles tough, especially on the D-line. And this D-line is worlds better now than it was in week 1. And everyone's like, well, it'll take Quinn and Williams some time to adjust. No, it won't, Because guess who Quinnen Williams' defensive line coach is for the Cowboys? The same guy, Aaron Whitecotton, who was his defensive line coach with the Jets. This is a plug and play situation. He could be excellent right away. So let's just play that game, play that scenario out where they beat the Raiders, which they should do, and then they come out and they just clip the Eagles, right? Like maybe the Eagles win.
Now you're 5-5-1.
You're 5-5-1 all of a sudden. I don't know, man. Like I'm not. And then the Bears start to kind of teeter a little bit. Like all those teams in front of them, like San Francisco could just hit a wall. I mean, we saw what happened yesterday. They were just on Sunday. The 49ers just got exhausted, right? And the Rams just kind of started running them ragged, right?
I forgot about like the Cowboys schedule though, with all like the funky things, like the 2 Thursday games in a row, the Monday to Sunday, Thursday turn. They're playing both Thanksgiving and Christmas, like all of it. You know what I mean? Like
some teams have this as like a rallying cry. I don't know. You know, it's one of those weird things. All right. So we're gonna hold on to the Cowboys.